New Year's Eve day, depending on where you are, it's getting very close to the fireworks, to maybe drinking some champagne. Who knows? The question is, are you celebrating tonight? What is the situation out there due to the COVID restrictions, depending on where you live? Can you even gather together to celebrate the beginning of the new year? That's a good question, right? I don't know how it is across the world, how it is in different states. I know here in San Antonio, Texas, it doesn't seem to be quite restrictive at all. I haven't heard anything, but I also haven't heard anyone talk about events or going downtown or kind of enticing people to get out. Maybe I just haven't noticed anything, or it's just very kind of quiet in that sense. Let me know how it is in your case. What are you doing tonight, and how are the restrictions looking in your country or city? Okay, since this is live, I'm just gonna take a moment to check the stream here on my different platforms on the other screen so I don't miss any comments that you may make, so I can react to what you say. Let's see. I have one live viewer. Who is it and where are you? Where are you? Leave me a comment, please. Okay. So 2021 was a huge year for me and my team. I just checked and I saw that my team grew by 6 people this year. That is amazing. Shanks grew by 6 people. I mean, just 3 years ago, I was a hardcore freelancer and I could never have imagined that I would once be working with what is now 12 people. And Andrea Ferguson, my love, my partner, and the person who also runs Shanks Web Development with me, she was my first employee, and she opened up my eyes to having some help in my company, right? And that really is a completely different ball game, as they say here in the United States. So many references to sports in this language. But yeah, it is a completely different ball game indeed, because now all of a sudden you can, as a business owner, focus on working on your business versus in your business. And that is something that will change a lot of how you can work towards goals. Okay, I see Georges Goddard on Facebook. He says "Grad rakom." So he says basically in Luxembourgish, he just came home, I believe, from work. A fellow entrepreneur for sure. I know he runs Goddard Pneu in Luxembourg. Basically, he sells tires. If he still does that, I make an assumption he still does that. And he also is involved in racing cars. I think he's a huge lover of the Porsche brand. If that is still the case, George Goddard, great to have you on my live stream. Do you want to hop on with me? No, I've had a few days at home, he says. All right. George, do you want to join me on this live stream? That's something you would like to do spontaneously? I can private message you a link so you can hop on and we can chat a little bit. Tell me if that is something you want to do. Let's see if that comes. That's quite a spontaneous action here that I'm asking of him. And we have probably not spoken in, oh my gosh, okay, so, okay, he's on his PC with his daughter and she wants to race on the simulator game. So looks like you have a future race pilot there in your house, just goes after you. Well, that is okay, George. Maybe sometime in the future, you and I should chat a little bit about entrepreneurship. I don't think I have spoken to you ever since we graduated high school. Is that possible? That would have been in 2004. Is that possible, George? I think so. Wow. But anyway, George, I am sure, is someone who can also talk a little bit about what it means to work with a team and what it means to put yourself in a position where you can grow and see the next year as an even bigger year with a bigger vision. He says, yeah, George says, we probably haven't seen or spoken to each other in over 20 years. It's pretty cool what social media does. We know it has a lot of negative sides, but it also lets you keep in touch in a way where, if it wasn't for Facebook, I'm pretty sure we would have lost touch completely. But hey, now 20 years after graduating high school together in Luxembourg, we are interacting here, me streaming live, him leaving comments in the chat. So that's pretty neat. Well, I hope you have some New Year's resolutions. And we all know that those typically don't work very well, right? We make those resolutions and then, maybe 1 or 2 days we stick to it and then we give up. And probably most of us, they don't even start working on them. They just make those resolutions and then by the time it's the first or second day in the year, they have already forgotten about it. But I want to really encourage you to never give up on resolutions, because sometimes it just takes quite a while to get to a point where you finally start acting, and if that takes making resolutions over and over and over again until you actually do it, then that's what it takes, right? Okay, someone here, Fernanda Gonzalez from Luxembourg, she wishes me joyeux 2022. On vous souhaite tout le meilleur et plein de réussite. Merci beaucoup, Fernanda. Je pense souvent à toi et je suis très contente de voir que tu es contente et que ton fils est content et que tout est bien. Yes, I do speak some French too. It's gotten pretty hard over the years because nobody here talks French to me. But as you can see, I can still do it. Fernanda and I have known each other for a long time. Probably met her in 2005-ish, when she was going through some tough times in her life, and she has overcome everything and she is living her best life. Actually, Fernanda, you are really an excellent example of someone who has never given up and who has always looked forward and realized her best life for herself, right? All right. Bob Nosbush here says that he basically tells George, come on, George, go live. Well, I will say, Bob, you should come on live here. Tell me if you're willing to do that. and then I'll send you a link. This is through a special software where I'll send you a link, and then through the browser, you'll be able to be live with me. But let me also tell Fernanda, maybe in French, if I can still do that. Okay, I want to praise her really for her tenacity and for never giving up. So let's see. Because I don't know if she understands English. I don't think she does. So let me try. This is going to be funny, okay? Because my French has become very rusty. So here we go. Fernanda, je veux te dire que je suis très fier de toi parce que tu n'as jamais arrêté de travailler et de croire en un futur qui est bien pour toi et pour ton fils. Et ça, c'est précisément ce que je veux parler le sujet de ce que je veux parler ici sur Facebook. Bon, je suis très content et très fier de toi. C'est super. And I'm sure my Luxembourg friends, they are laughing away. They're cracking up, as we say, because my French is not what it used to be. But hey, I can still do it, right? All right. Bob, are you coming in live? Yes or no? Come on. Let's see. Do I have any comments? I have I have 2 viewers on LinkedIn. Please comment so I can know who you are. And I have 2 viewers on Facebook. And I don't know, that's probably George and Bob, or Bob and Fernanda. Yeah, so going back to making those New Year's resolutions, okay? So again, do them as often as you need to, in order to give yourself the chance to hit the year where it finally happens. And then, of course, you want to place yourself in a situation where it is even remotely possible that you can start working on your goals, right? For example, if you want to lose weight, well, then you got to at least, change happens with habits and actions, right? So you got to place yourself in a situation where you can indeed make a difference by signing up at a gym, or by buying a book of recipes for healthier diet. And then again, change happens with habits. So you want to start small achievable goals. So you are going to lose weight. So tomorrow you're going to prepare yourself a healthy meal instead of eating out, or instead of eating the chocolate bar, you're going to eat an apple, right? And then you're going to start doing that every day. I'm a huge believer in hope, and in having goals and never giving up, whether that's in your personal life or in business. I mean, that's how I got to where I am now, which is pretty neat. I live in my dream country with my dream partner, and leading an amazing company, living an abundant life where I have everything that I need. And I have, here, John Silver from the Netherlands. He is also watching this on Facebook Live. John, I don't remember you. So let me see. Let me reload Facebook here, and I can maybe look at your face and see if I remember where we met or who you are. And I'm so sorry if I don't remember you. I mean, I feel bad, but I don't even see the comment. So maybe I need to go to the search bar here and find you. John Silver. Oh, you might be on on my other page. Oh, here you are. So we have two mutual friends, my mother and Sonia. So we probably have never met in person, but since my mother has an apartment actually in Amsterdam, maybe that's kind of where you got to know each other, or you live in Maastricht. So maybe I think my mother traveled to Amsterdam recently, and she had a pit stop in Maastricht. So maybe you were her host. If that is the case, thank you so much for having taken good care of her. I think that might be you. Who knows? But yeah, so let's see. I have something here. Is anyone on LinkedIn? No. I like to write about personal development, business, and I really like to give people hope and a vision for themselves. And this is what I do with my newsletter. So please take a moment and sign up for it. It's not a sales email. I send about once or twice a month. I send out a newsletter, and it's basically giving an update about what I do with my life and with my team. So it's pretty neat. John says, yes, that is him. So I'm so happy we get to meet very oddly through this live stream. And same goes for you, John. If you wanted to join me live here, just let me know in a direct message. I have to send you a link. I'm very much a spontaneous person when it comes to lives, and that means even going live with someone that I have never met. So there we go. Let me see. 4 live viewers, and I need to keep an eye here on my screen on the right-hand side. I see that Ansley Partosa, a very valuable team member here, has just shared my live stream, so that is pretty neat. And we have 5 live viewers now, so that is really, really neat. I will not stop talking then, because who knows, maybe I can say something that helps someone. So again, I want to remind everyone that in order to make change in your life, you got to put yourself in a position where it's possible that you get a chance to start getting into a habit that leads to change, right? So earlier I gave the example of if you want to lose weight, well, then you gotta first have the New Year's resolution. Second, get into a habit of taking actions that lead to a change, but those actions need to be small enough so that they are realistic. For example, if you have the tendency to snack in the late afternoon every day, and you snack on a chocolate bar, you're going to replace that with an apple. Okay, it's very basic, I know, but that is just how that works, right? Yes, Ansley, you get a shout out. You deserve that. You are awesome. I'm so happy you joined Shanks this year, and you're just doing so many great things here for us and for the community. So definitely, I would give you a shout out every day, Ansley. I'll make the rest of the team jealous here, but no, I love all of my team. That is really one of the most beautiful things of growing a company and having a team, is kind of seeing that everyone comes together and works on something that they get fulfillment from, and see passion and a vision. And that is really, really important, and we've been able to do that very well here at Shanks, because the proof is in, not having problems with retention of employees. That's really a little bit of a problem in the business world these days. Employees are hard to come by, and if you find them, they don't stay. And we don't have that, because we have a very, very high we have something called PSL. It basically stands for predictability, stability, and longevity, right? And we want to provide that for ourselves, for our clients. And that is just what everybody wants, right? So if that is implemented in a company, then it's a very healthy company. All right, Ansley, maybe you want to go live with me. Everybody, anyone can. No, if you do want to, I'm gonna Slack you over a link, and then you can join me here and maybe talk a little bit about what you have planned for January, your event. Hey, why not? Let me know. So let's see. And as always, I always say, nobody has to do anything, right? And also people are allowed to change their mind. People can change their minds. If you say yes now and you kind of have a different opinion in a minute, then that's totally fine. All right, who has joined me here? I see 7 people now, so put in the comments where you are, who you are. John says bye. Bye, John. Bye to Maastricht. I am sure, I think you guys have 5:52. That's the time in Maastricht, I believe. And you're about to get ready to celebrate the New Year. So thank you so much for everything you've done and for having joined me here on the live stream. I will have to look briefly here at the live on LinkedIn, because that's the only place where I can see if you all interact with me there. Facebook, actually, the comments get imported into my little live tool here. Andrea says, well, this is more French than I speak. Yeah, I know. Well, Andrea, I may speak more French, but you speak more Portuguese and Spanish. Maybe, Andrea, you want to come live with me. Nobody has taken me up on that yet. So let me see if I missed the message. Oh, hey. Nope. Nobody wants to be live. Well, you can still change your mind. You can still do it. Okay. So let me find another example of taking a small actionable step in order to make a change happen for you next year. So we just spoke about losing weight. That is, of course, an evergreen, and I have that on my list myself, because with the pandemic, I can tell you, I've gotten a little complacent, and it was. We also got very busy, and it was hard to keep going to the gym, and it was hard to eating right. So me too, I have to replace my chocolate bar with an apple in the afternoon. No, I'm kidding. I really don't. Well, no, I don't have the habit of eating a chocolate bar every day. Yeah. So another example. If you have one, by the way, one that you want me to discuss, something where you're like, well, how do you think I should attempt that? Let me know. Put it in the comments. So as I am a businessman, I always am interested, of course, in goals that pertain to in goals that pertain. Oh, Ansley, she knows about replacing the chocolate bar. It seems like in the afternoon she likes to do that. She finds that very funny. But yeah, I know that a lot of people that watch this on LinkedIn and maybe even on Facebook, you have ideas about taking your career to the next level in 2022, or maybe you have ideas about starting a small side gig in 2022. Okay, so the best moment to do that is now. Not even wait until tomorrow, it's now, right? So what is a small actionable step that you can take that would get you a step closer towards that goal? Well, let's see. One thing. Hello, Bob. Bob, are you finally ready to join me on my stream here? If that is the case, please private message me. Bob, by the way, is an old good friend from Luxembourg too, who was at boarding school with me. I cherish and miss those days. So always nice to see friends from boarding school. The bullet, as we called it, join me here. Oh yeah, so going back to career change or side gig. Okay, so a small actionable step, in my humble opinion, would be, for example, to buy your domain name if you're thinking about starting an online business. Okay, if you have the domain name, that is a start. Okay, you can go actually to our website, shankxwebdev.com, and under hosting, you can purchase a domain name from us if you want to. If you don't want to and you just want to support the big ones, go to godaddy.com. If you're in Luxembourg, eurodns.lu, I believe, would be one. But come to Shanks. And then if you actually don't need a website to have a business. You know, you could just, or a side gig or whatever, you could just open an Instagram account, a TikTok account, or a Facebook page, right? Do something that takes you closer to your goal. You don't even need to actually have anything online. You can have a business, depending on who you are, you can have a business that is not digital. It's probably not a good idea for most businesses, but for some it will be okay. If you are a coach, or I don't know, maybe you craft things, and or maybe you're an artist, or I don't know, maybe you organize meetings. That is something that could work entirely by word of mouth without any technology, because I know for some people that's just not something they want to do. And the key is to take that step, and that is actionable and that is small enough so that you can make a difference in your life for 2022. But I'm waiting for ideas here. What is something, put it in the comments, what is something that you need help with, that you need ideas for what you could do to take a mini step towards a goal, whether it's professional or personal, in the next year? Put that in the comments, and if I don't see anything here within 2 minutes, I think we're gonna wrap this call up, because just got stuff to do. Yeah, again, sign up to my newsletter, please. That makes me very happy, because I write it myself. It goes out about a maximum 4 times a month, really. I typically write it over the weekend, and sometimes I skip when I get too busy. But it basically talks about what we do with our company, and I put in like nuggets of inspiration and personal development, business development. Put that in the email too. It's just a good way to stay in touch with me and us. And yeah, it's not a sales email. It's not going to try to sell you anything. Okay, well, this was great. I mean, going live and having up to 7 live viewers at a given time, that is really cool, and makes me very happy. Also, these videos, as you know, they stay on the profiles, and they might work in building that relationship between me and you, even within the next weeks, right? So it's something very powerful that if you are in business, you need to start doing this as well. You need to start overcoming your fear of going live. And I know that's not easy, but it is definitely something that you can get used to. And just like I spoke earlier about creating these habits that are small and actionable, you can tell yourself, I'm going to go live for 1 minute every day, or every other day, or once a week, okay? And then start doing that. Why? Because it creates this relationship in the virtual world between you and your audience. And why do you need that relationship? Because, if you want to leverage your audience for whatever it is that you want to leverage your audience, maybe it's just to socialize, maybe it's because you want to build a business, maybe it's because you want to get into politics, you want to influence people, you want to be one of those influencers. People need to relate to you, and people need to be able to trust you and have the feeling that they know who you are, and over time actually do know who you are. And that you can establish with going live. And do it. Do it. Sign up for the newsletter one last and final time. I'm looking at my comments here. I don't see anything else, which leaves me to wishing all of you a happy new year. Celebrate tonight. Look back at the year 2021 and recognize what's been going on in your country, in your state, in your city, politically. Become aware of who has made which decisions for you based on what's been going on in the world, and ask yourself, well, how do you want that to be in the next year? I am personally against letting fear limit your possibilities in life. So that's basically as much as I want to say about that today. But it's been wonderful having you all with me, and Happy New Year. And we'll see each other again very soon here on this platform. Bye for now.